We have details of a scrapped AEW debut, and a top New Japan wrestler has revealed his heat with a former AEW World Champion. But first, a retired WWE Hall of Famer looks set to return to the ring. Last week it was revealed that Ric Flair will have one last match at the upcoming Starrcast event during SummerSlam weekend in July. It's since been confirmed that the Nature Boy will take part in a 6-man tag match where he will team with AEW's FTR against the legendary Rock and Roll Express and a yet-to-be-confirmed opponent. Well, this week, former WWE star Brian Blair would seemingly let slip who the mystery man will be whilst appearing on the Wrestling Shoot Interviews YouTube channel, and he would say, "I'm looking forward to seeing Flair and Hogan." If Blair is correct, this will be the first time Hulk Hogan has wrestled a match since January 2012. The bout would take place at a TNA Wrestling house show in Manchester, England, again in a 6-man tag match where he teamed with James Storm and Sting to battle Bobby Roode, Bully Ray, and Kurt Angle. But what do you make of a Hulk Hogan return to the ring? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, an AEW wrestler has revealed a proposed name change. This week, Powerhouse Hobbs would speak with the Wrestling Perspective podcast, where he discussed his All Elite Wrestling career thus far. In his early days with the company, Hobbs was known by his real name of Will Hobbs, or Willie if you ask Jim Ross, before debuting his new ring name in late 2020 after becoming a member of Team Taz. During the interview with hosts Lars Frederiksen and Dennis Farrell, Powerhouse would mention another name that was proposed ahead of the rebrand, and he would say, "Tony Khan came up to me, he's like, 'You're such a powerhouse, we're gonna call you Powerhouse Hobbs.' And he actually said he was thinking of one-word names, and one of the first names that he said was Hacksaw. And then he's like, 'No, you're a powerhouse,' so we've been rolling with that ever since. I've mentioned to Tony a few times that if the opportunity comes up to become Hacksaw, that's something possibly that can happen." He would state for the reason that he likes the Hacksaw Hobbs name was due to praise from the son of Butch Reed. During his wrestling career, Butch used the nickname of Hacksaw, and Hobbs would add, "His son sent me a heartfelt message, his dad was unable to speak, but when he saw me and my in-ring work, he smiled. That's something that I always hold dear to my heart, and if I ever had the opportunity to carry on the Hacksaw name, I'll do that 100%. That's one of my goals." But what do you make of the Hacksaw Hobbs name, and do you think it's better than Powerhouse Hobbs? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, a New Japan Pro Wrestling star has revealed why he won't join WWE. Former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay would speak on the Rest Things podcast this week, where he discussed his future in the wrestling business. The Commonwealth Kingpin would explain why he doesn't see himself ever heading to WWE, with his spot in New Japan allowing him to spend more precious time with family and friends, something the hectic WWE schedule wouldn't allow. And he said, "I have no aspirations of going to WWE at all. It's not because of the product or anything. I'm not a fan of it, I will happily say, but my lifestyle, I never wanted to be the big star pro wrestler. Japan allows me to do a tour and come home and live my family life. If anybody has ever spent more than a couple of days with me, family to me is everything. I love my mom, I love my dad, no shame in saying that." Ospreay would then discuss the differences between both NJPW and WWE, and that he feels he works best in a product that revolves around in-ring rather than storylines and angles. And he said, "New Japan for me is the enhancement and the focus is pro wrestling. I'm not doing storylines where I have this guy slept with my girlfriend or whatever, or we have a wedding angle or kidnapped by ninjas. I know from the outside I'm a guy that does a lot of flips or whatever, but I'm a wrestler and I like professional wrestling." But do you agree with Ospreay, and do you think he's better off in New Japan than WWE? Let me know in the comments down below. And we do have more from the Will Ospreay interview coming up later in the video, where he had some harsh words for a former AEW World Champion. But first, a popular AEW star has revealed why he quit WWE. In August 2021, the WWE contract of Adam Cole would expire, with him turning down the chance to head to the main roster following a successful run on the NXT brand. Cole would then show up at the AEW All Out pay-per-view just weeks later, once again aligning himself with the Elite. Not only did he join his former Bullet Club friends in the promotion, but he would also join his real-life girlfriend Britt Baker on the roster, who at the time was the reigning AEW Women's World Champion. During an appearance at the Motor City Comic Con this week, Cole would reveal that joining up with Baker was one of the biggest reasons that he made the jump, and he said, One of the biggest things was getting to be around and see Britt a lot more. At the time, our schedules were so different that there'd be sometimes that I'd see her for maybe half a day, one day a week. Sometimes I wouldn't see her for weeks at a time, so getting to travel with her and just being behind the curtain when she walks through after she's done a match or a promo is really nice. Cole would go on to say that he'd watched AEW during his time in NXT and that he wanted to wrestle in front of the AEW crowd even then, and he said, "It just looked like so much fun, you know. I had known tons of people on the roster, but to see these crazy, wild crowds every single week, I was like, God, I'd love to wrestle in front of these fans." Cole has made quite the impact in All Elite Wrestling since his debut, reuniting with the Undisputed Era before falling short in an AEW World Title match against Hangman Page. Despite this, he is set for arguably the biggest match of his AEW career so far when he battles either Samoa Joe or teammate Kyle O'Reilly this Sunday in the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Final, which takes place at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Next, we have details of a scrapped AEW debut. On the May 4th edition of Dynamite, Wardlow would take on an opponent of MJF's choosing, leading to William Morrissey, the former Big Cass in WWE, making his All Elite Wrestling debut. However, according to Fightful Select, another former WWE name was pitched for the spot, with them even being approached by the company. The report notes that Killer Kross, the former Karrion Kross in NXT, was originally contacted by AEW to compete against Wardlow, but unfortunately the two parties were unable to come to an agreement. The idea is said to have stemmed from the post-ROH Supercard of Honor media scrum, where AEW President Tony Khan was asked about the possibility of Killer Kross and his wife Scarlett Bordeaux joining the company, following rumors that they were originally set to appear on Supercard before Khan purchased the company. Kross is then said to have been contacted about appearing on the May 4th Dynamite. The issue is said to have stemmed from the fact that Scarlett was not part of the plans, with Kross feeling this would mimic his failed WWE main roster run, where he debuted without his on-screen manager. With that said, both sides have ended the discussions on good terms and are open to working together in the future if the circumstances are right. In my opinion, I think Kross was right to say no for now, with Scarlett being a vital part of his presentation, and hopefully we can maybe see both performers in AEW sometime soon. And finally, a top New Japan star has revealed his heat with a former AEW World Champion. During Will Ospreay's chat on the Rest Things podcast this week, he would discuss Kenny Omega's departure from New Japan in early 2019. At the time, Omega was arguably the company's biggest star, at least to the Western audience, which led to a chat between himself and Ospreay, where the cleaner told the aerial assassin that it's his time to step up. Since then though, Omega has taken shots at New Japan's slowed down momentum since he departed, something Ospreay hasn't taken too kindly to, and Will would say, "We're just not on good terms right now, I just want to leave it. It's just when you leave the building and when you leave New Japan and you pull me to one side and say, hey man, you need to step up for this company, I believe in you, all this and gas you up, and they gas you up hard. You put your heart and soul into trying to make this because the bar was high for both myself and Jay White. The bar was high, and once again, I actually care. I want the fans to watch New Japan Wrestling and be like, this is professional wrestling, and I am doing it and destroying my body to do it, and then you cut me off online. What type of CUNT is that?" Ospreay would add that he holds Omega in high regard, but they simply just don't get along anymore, and he would add, "I look at you and I actually hold you in high regard, like actual high regard, and I respect everything that you've done. Even when you've done that barbed wire exploding match and that went to shit, I actually was the type of guy that went out and said, oh, I hope they are alright, because the bombardment of tweets that you get, I was probably the only guy that did that. Instead, the way that you retaliate is by burying me to your little fans. It's just like I am literally doing my best. So that's kind of why me and Kenny just don't get along. It's just one of those things. I am sure he's got something else to say, and whatever." With AEW and New Japan set to host their first co-promoted event, Forbidden Door, on June 26th, it's possible that Ospreay is simply working an angle to set up a potential match with Omega, whether it be in June or later down the line. For now, Kenny Omega is out injured with no return date in sight, meaning it could be several months before he's back in the ring to eventually pay off the supposed heat. With that said, Omega versus Ospreay is no doubt one of the top dream matches between All Elite and New Japan Japan stars, with fans no doubt hoping this shoot-style interview is setting something up for a future show. And before you go, make sure you check out the 12 most obscure WWE appearances from AEW wrestlers.